do another car. Let's go back to the computer. This isn't what I want. I need the phone to take an order. Let's adjust our settings for camera sensitivity. Drop it down again. Is there any other place that that's set? Doesn't look like it. Let's take the music all the way down just in case. English. Okay. Settings saved. Let's go back to the phone. Take another order. Okay, so we got a Mini Cooper, oil drain, and some other tasks. And we have this Fiat supercharged super hot rod. We have a minute and 18 to make a decision. This is just poor brake performance. I want to keep doing just the easy stuff for right now, just for funsies, because some of this stuff, poor brake performance, you got to take it down. It's easy just to take it down the track, do a test, and all that stuff. So let's just keep going with what we got here. Little Fiat, it's all banged up. It's all right. Let's see what we got to do here. Oh, geesh. We got all kinds of stuff. So belt tensioner, brake pads. We got cam gears, camshaft, idler roll. So we got some engine work, an oil change. We got some rubber bushings that we got to find, spark plugs. So yeah, we got to take the engine maybe apart. And then where it says part not discovered, this is the part that concerns me. So what I like to do, let's go ahead and let's go in here, back in to, doesn't matter which toolbox you pick. Let's get our compression or fuel pressure meter, our electronic, these are cheap. Compression tester. Really don't need a tire gauge. Let's go ahead and buy this. Hopefully we'll have enough to do the things we need to do. So I'm going to right click and we're going to go into examination mode. And we're just going to click and hold and we're going to diagnose everything that we can in this car. Because we have some things that are undiscovered. And when you first start, it's going to take a while to do this just because we haven't unlocked higher speeds yet. No cooling. It's coolant reservoir. Washer fluid reservoir. Let's check out our suspensions. Then the engine's all done. Other suspension. We got all kinds of stuff to do. It talks about bushings. And that has to do with your suspensions and frames as well. So down here, there's one. You see it popped up orange? This one back here's got to be fixed. Let's do our air intake. Like I said, you know, sometimes you just want to do this and make sure that you're getting all the parts. Check our fuse box just in case. ABS module doesn't have anything. Brake booster. Let's check our exhaust. Rears, there's two more bushings. See them orange? I haven't even gotten to them yet. And I'm doing this because it said there was two or three things that were hidden. So we don't know exactly what the other parts were. So we can scan everything. And hopefully that will expose the hidden issues. Looks like we've done everything we can there. I'm going to right click or escape. Go into normal mode. And then there should be examination mode, assembly mode, interior and additional parts. Where's the new tools that we just picked out? Let's check our car status. I think we still have part not discovered yet. I don't want to do that. Where are my tools? I usually do all of this stuff outside. All right, well, let's just move it into lift A. I could have swore we bought these. What? So required expansions, none cost. They're green. We should have them. I don't recall there being additional tools needed for that. I don't see them. Got an interior detailing kit. What? Move the car, examine, assemble mode. Am I missing? Something? To your additional tools. I think I have to click on it and then select additional tools. There we go. So we do the electronic multimeter test. It's going to just go ahead and do its thing, although it sounds like a paint can. It's going to test all the alternators, fuses, it's going to check all that stuff. And we're getting experience points for everything we do, so it's another reason why I do this regardless. So this all looks fine on the electronic side. Let's click on the engine again and additional tools, and we can do compression tester to see if we have any bad cylinders. I saw you there, camshaft, 21%. Okay. And then additional tools. Let's do the OBD scanner. So we knew about the spark plugs. Ah, ignition coil. There we go. There's one of them. Okay, let's take another look at our car status. Part not discovered. Oh, man. Fuel pressure test. Let's do that. Oh man, what could it be? Okay. I don't know what else to check. Click radiator, additional tools. We did this. I should go in a circle so I know what I've done. We did compression test. We did OBD scanner. We did electronic multimeter. We did a fuel pressure test. I don't know what else it could be. Okay, well, let's just go down the list. We need belt tensioner, brake pads. This is going to get a little bit crazy. Rubber bushings. Want to do the disassembly part. There's nothing highlighted in red to take apart. Well, we can take these ignition coils off. We got to check all of it. Doesn't tell you which ones I don't see. Spark plugs. I haven't played this in a while, so I'll see what happens. Spark plugs and belt tensioner. So let's take this cover off. Won't let me because I need to take half the car apart. I remember why I don't play this much anymore. Gotta take that off, and then we gotta take, oops. Take the brake pads off. And this rubber bushing, we don't know. That's at 12%, so we could take that out. That's at 13%, so we can take that out. This doesn't know. So we could take that out. Let's switch to part mount. So we have an 82%. Let's put that in. And we have an 80%. Let's put that back in. We can go to our inventory. Rubber bushings on our shopping list. And let's just go buy them while we're doing them so we don't forget. Main shop, shopping list, rubber bushings is not. Oh, there it is. 2 of those. There's only one kind to get, so that's nice. Put that back in. And go to this other one. Okay, so if we look at our list, I've got our rubber bushings, and I still have more to do, so let's go to the back. I remember seeing some here. Yep, that one's 11%. So we'll take that off. Let's go to this other one. 14%. So we'll go here, buy 2 more. Let's go to our inventory and get rid of the bad ones. Here, assembly mode. Okay. Rubber bushings, serpentine belt, 2 spark plugs. Let's come into here. So to take the serpentine belt off, pretty sure I've got to take serpentine belt. Okay, so if I hover over this, the item in red is what's keeping that item from coming off. So we got to take the roller off. Then we can take the belt off. Then I can come into inventory. Serpentine belts, 81%. It's got to be the other one. And in order to do that, you got to take this flywheel off. Now we can take the timing cover off. And this one needs to come off. There's the belt tensioner. This is 18%. I'm sure this idle or roller needs to come out. And pull that off. Anything else just look visibly bad? Oops. Don't see anything. So we will go to inventory, add one of those, those, 2 spark plugs, ignition coil. We can go shopping. Interior license plate gearbox tuning shop, electronic shop. And we shouldn't, can't see that. Can't see that. About spark plugs. There we go. I need 2 of those. Belt tensioner's not going to be in there because that's going to be in, guessing, the tuning shop. No. Is it the main? Yep. Let's buy that. Ignition coils. Did I not get that at the electronic shop? There we go. I think I just needed 1. All right, let's go put this stuff in. Engine mount parts. Idle roller. New belt. Belt tensioner. Let's take another look while we're up here. We're just reassembling everything here. Car status. Got brake pads I gotta do. Cam shaft. Ignition coil. Did I not fix that? Part not discovered. So the ignition coils, I thought. Did I not get the ignition coil? All right, this is the next one that's lowest. that. These spark plugs. Let's get rid of the bad one. What? Wanted to show real quick. So I got this car in, it's got tons of brake problems. Disc, caliper, ventilated disc brake pads, and I thought, well, what a good time to showcase some of the things you can do to see how else you might diagnose that. What you do is you go to your radio, you hit maps, and then you can go to your test track. So you can go to your garage, you can go to parking, which is where you have other cars that you've bought and collected, going to parking. There's a test track, there's a race track for funsies, car auction at level 15, a junkyard at level 5, a car salon, barns required level 10, there's a speed track, workshop maps and additional tracks, photo locations, just kind of some fun stuff. So we're gonna go to test track and we're gonna pick the car that we want to go to or use to test. We're gonna hit drive. You kind of get this little short little course, but it's going to test the suspension and the braking and all kinds of stuff. I do it a lot, especially later on in the game when you get cars you're like, we don't know what's going on. All right, well, let me just take it in through here, and they're just WASD keys, mouse and keyboard. Doesn't have to be anything great, you just have to complete the course. Oops. Came in a little too hot. And then you want to try and stop right inside this area. And then once you run that course, it should give you some more information about your car. Specifically braking and, probably all kinds of stuff, engine, but I think it's mostly for, I use it mostly for brakes and suspension. Oh, it gives you all kinds of information. Yeah, like all these bushings and stuff that need to be fixed and repaired. But everything's fine. Just some more information about that. So, hey, we got a little bit of a bug. There we go. So let's take a look again at our car. What do we need for this? Just brake problems. Another thing I noticed, if you go ahead and click on all of these, it'll highlight where they are when you're in the view mode. So now that we're gonna pop the hood, need to raise it up because we need dealing with all the brakes. So when I come in here to take this off, now that we're in kind of view mode, you can see in the upper left over there that these two are already highlighted. The calipers or the discs are already highlighted because that's us when we check the box to say, hey, and this too, it's got that blue highlight around it. It's showing us what needs to be changed based on what we used in that checkbox. So you can use it if you want to, you don't have to. The option for you. So we're going to take that off. We're going to take this off. I think that's it. Go to the back, take these wheels off. I don't know how much of this is going to do because it's kind of, I don't know what to talk about or say while you're doing this. It's just a lot of bolting and unbolting and discovery, and I don't know how entertaining this would be for a series. But I thought I would show a little bit about it just so that anybody who's never thought of it or has an older version, wants to play it or check it out, you can do so. Like I said, it's pretty chill. You can spend hours just taking cars apart. I ended the last episode a little early because there was a lot more diagnostics going on that I really wanted to spend time on because I was a little bit confused. We got 3 bolts here that are stuck. Ooh, 4. Get our WD-04 or DW-04. I had to replace a gear shaft, I think is what it was, or crankshaft. So that was, I had to take the engine apart, and I didn't want to get too far into it at that time. Okay, so let's go back, and we know that we need to replace 1 caliper for brake discs and brake pads. So 2 and 2 are ventilated. One thing I did do is unlock the tablet so that I can just get that from here. So I need 1, 2. I need a ventilated brake pads, brake calipers, pads, and let's just check those all 4. Now you notice I got a barn location. I'm not going to open that until I hit level 10 because I can't use it anyway, but I got that out of a crate. So I unlocked the tablet, which lets us use the shop from right here. Let's just go ahead and buy 4 of these. Ventilated disc brakes. Let's buy 2 of those. Brake pads, I need 2. Let's just buy 4. And brake calipers, let's buy 2 of those, just because they're cheap and we're always going to be needing them. Okay, so we're going to come back in here. We need to mount parts. It's going to be the ventilated. Let's put on some new brake pads. Calipers 63%. 58%. Those are still pretty good. Do another ventilated disc up here. And let's put on some new brake pads. And these calipers, let's just go ahead and put on the new stuff. I mean, it's cheap. You're gonna get to a point you're gonna have a ton of cash, so it's not critical. And let's go back here. Disc brakes, we got plenty of these. All right, we're just using 100%. Let's go ahead, let's put on the new stuff. Oh, crap. I don't give a crap. All right, and then we could go over here. These disc brakes back on. I think that's it for this job. Just a couple of brakes. Let's double check. Yeah, we're all done. Repair parts with a minimum condition. Here's where we're talking. We get back into this where you can use put used parts on and save yourself some cash. As long as that part, say we got a brake pads, as long as those pads are 48%, this is my opinion, 48% or higher or better, then you put those on instead of buying new brake pads. Okay, so we are at level 4. Let's take a break here. We have 2 skill points. I can spend 2 points to get my screwing speed faster, or I could get 2 lesser items here. I don't have a problem moving. Let's do the mounting and examine times. I'll take another job here. Let's get on the phone. We got this thing coming in. We have no idea. Oil change. Let's take it. These are still, this is a story order. Let's do something that's not a story. Poor brake performance. Here's a truck. Let's take that one. Now it says poor brake performance. And if we look at it, AS pump, super easy. We'll just mark them so we can see them when we get it in. There's nothing else listed here, like surprise, we don't know. We know exactly what's going on, so we can move it into the bay. Lift it up once, and then let's take a look at our inventory. Let's sell it. Let's keep some of this other stuff. Okay, so we take a look at this. 65% is our threshold. So we need an ASB pump, brake disc, ventilated, and pads. I think the only thing we're going to have to buy is this pump. So let's get into it. Which is over here. And we got to take the ABS module off first. Just a few screws on it. We'll spray them. Orange ones anyway. And you can tell visibly, I mean, it's all rusted. So you know that's the part you got to take out. Right? And if we go into inventory, we're going to right click. Add that to our shopping list. Go to the tablet. Tab. Click. And it's an electronic device. So we're going to have to go over to the ABS pump. It's almost $1,000. Ouch. And then we can come right back in, put it in, and just be on our merry way. So that's one bonus to having the tablet. It's just like, hey, while I'm right here, let me just do it. Cool. So that's checked off. Let's do brake discs and ventilated brakes. Now we examination mode. So when we go into that mode, we can see red here. So that's our disc. Your ventilated disc. Oop, there's another one there. So we know we got a problem here. Let's go ahead and oops. Take this tire off. And the more you play this game, like just going through it, the faster you'll get at swapping stuff out in the menu. They did a really good job at having everything right there. So we know we have to put on a disc brake, and this is why I have a bunch of them extra. Brake pads, 65% is our threshold. So we'll just put all this stuff right back on. 80. And not waste money on new parts if they are not wanted by the customer. Okay, there's one. Let's check our list. We got another ventilated disc. We know that's in the upper right over here. It's where we saw it. Spray with our DW04. There's no, you don't replace those. There's no, we can't buy new bolts as far as I know. Let's get this caliper off. Pads are going away. Look at that 1%, 28%. Okay, switch over to mounting parts. Put on a new disc. Whoops. Let's unmount this. That went a little too fast. So if I go mounting brake pads, I don't have anything that meets the criteria, so we're gonna have to go shopping. Let's go back here. Brake pads. Let's go ahead and buy 4 more of those. And put brand new ones on. Let's put the caliper of 70 and 74. And there we go. That should be it. And everything's checked off. For brakes. Let's see how much we made. 1,500 bucks. There you go. Like I said, I always come back in here and sell the junk I don't want to use. So this is pretty much it. We got 4,200. I kind of just want to keep going. What's on this one? Bonus 25% experience points. Yeah, let's take it. See what's on the list. Bricks, bricks, bricks. We got it all. Let's move it in. Some of these can be really easy. Some of them are not so easy. Some of them are like, oh my gosh, you got to take half this car apart. It's all just a brake. So we go in here, examination mode. There's some red in there. Looks clean. The caliper. Okay, so we got 3 of these that we got to do. It's all right. It is not a problem. And again, this is why I have multiple parts. Brakes are very common. And then later on, it's going to be gearboxes are going to be common. Everybody's needs an automatic gearbox. Yeah, the parts for this. We do. We have pads. We have calipers. 100%. What's our minimum? I gotta go get some calipers. 55%. You know what? Let's just go. Brake calipers. That's not what I want. Cylinders. Let's buy 4 of those. Brake calipers. 4 of those. Oops. And we can put the new ones on. Gonna get increasingly rare to find cars that have a low minimum requirement as we get more advanced here. So a lot of this stuff we just won't even need. But we'll have a repair bench and a little mini game where we can take some used parts and repair them and upgrade them. So that won't be too bad. We don't know. Let's take this off just for funsies since we're right here. This one we gotta fix. 61 and I think that'll be fine. Brake pads. Let's just go ahead and put new stuff on. They're cheap. And 1 more brake pads. I think it's around this side. If not, then we just get practice. It's these. Nope. Sorry. That is practice. Let's go up here to this one. Probably just keep going until I hit level 5 and we unlock the next thing. So like I said, this is not the most exciting unless you have music going on in the background and your own music going. Okay, 72 and 65. I think that met the requirement. We'll double check it here. Yep, 55. So we definitely got that. Put these tires on and we should be good. Like I said, these aren't timed as far as I know. Once you take a job, you can sit on it for hours and hours and hours. Everything's done. We made $400. Okay. That's fine. Just trying to level up. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going on my own. What do we got here? Brake problems, 62%. So a lot of it's just brake problems for a while.